Hello again and welcome back to another one, and today we have a couple of topics to cover, including one that sparked heated debates on social media, all thanks to recent comments from one of the top 10 artists of the decade in the 2000s, Nelly, who recently spoke on the state of competition in hip-hop in the 2000s, and users on X, formerly known as Twitter, have been duking it out over Nelly's comments. More on this in a bit. Today we also have more from Eminem's team that sparked speculations, as Eminem and Paul Rosenberg have been accused of trolling fans. More on this later. And today we have one from Dr. Dre, who recently gave props to Timbaland for his contributions to hip-hop. Check it out from Timbaland. My inspiration, man. What a great night. Fire emoji.
This guy is so fantastic, man. One of my inspirations. He doesn't know it, but he has been one of my main inspirations throughout my career. Can you believe the amount of songs that this motherfucker has produced? I was just back here talking to James Corden, and he was just like, listen, I didn't know he produced that. He produced that. Yes, man. And I really appreciate you coming out and handling this business for us, man. Yeah, man, so fantastic, man. Thank you so much, Timbaland. Timbaland, one of the best that ever did it. Point blank, period. Man. Thank you, man. Really appreciate it.
And just in case you missed it, back in 2023, Timbaland had this to say about Dr. Dre on IG. My favorite producer, someone I always looked up to, Dr. Dre, the greatest to ever do it. But some just can't help themselves, as Dre's video was also met with comments like, "Cause Dre don't make beats, he tweaked them," laughing emojis. And moving on to the next point today, Nelly recently revealed what the competition was like back in the day in hip-hop, when artists actually sold records, unlike how it is today. And from the Shop podcast, check out a snippet.
When I put out songs, I had to go against DMX,
Eminem,
Jay-Z, Eminem, Lil Wayne, 50 Cent, Luda. All of us are fighting for one spot. So from 99 to like 2008, 10, it's the hardest era ever to get records.
And you'd never guess what started the heated debates in response to this clip from Nelly. And before we get to it, this stirred initial reactions like all facts. His era had actual competition and they had to move physical copies. Now rappers have barely any competition and it is all streaming and chart manipulation. And this is on point, and this also explains what's been going on in recent years. Older, successful rappers selling out arenas today with ease, while younger, successful rappers struggle because fans back then were actually invested in their favorite rappers because they had to purchase the music. But today, a song could go platinum off playlisting on Spotify alone. No actual effort from the listener. And another user expanded on Nelly's point. He is actually spot on. Back in the day, artists had to sell like 500,000 first week to get a #1 album in the United States, and there was insane competition. Nowadays you see MFers selling 90,000 first week and getting #1, and their fans think they are quote big. But if you're wondering how Nelly's comments started heated debates, those of you who've been following this channel have guessed it by now. Of course, it was about the #1 artist of the decade in the 2000s, as hip-hop heads on X came for Nelly with takes like, when was Eminem competing for #1 spots on the rap charts? Eminem didn't get his first #1 song on the rap charts until 2010 with Love the Way You Lie. Nelly though had 6 #1 songs on the rap charts: Country Grammar, Dilemma, Grills, Hot in Here, Air Once, Tail Feather. And before we point out the factual inaccuracies in this take, notice how Nelly mentioned Jay-Z, DMX, Ludacris, Lil Wayne, but somehow Eminem was singled out to downplay his run in the 2000s.
Applaud, everyone! Applaud sarcastically. No, that sounds too sincere. Slow clap. There we go. Nice and condescending.
Now, the tweet in question is mixing up the charts with the Hot 100, because Love the Way You Lie wasn't Eminem's first #1, even if we focus on Billboard's Hot Rap Songs chart. And speaking on the competition Nelly was talking about, Eminem's first #1 on the Hot 100 came in 2002 with Lose Yourself that spent roughly 3 months at the #1 spot, and school was in session. Imagine thinking the best-selling rapper of all time who went diamond twice, currently 3 times, with albums wasn't competing for #1 spots. The hate is blinding you. Out of all the names Nelly mentioned, Eminem is the one to question. Lose Yourself went #1 in 2002, by the way. The hip-hop head in question also doesn't know the meaning of competing. You don't have to go #1 to compete for the #1 spot. If 5 rappers drop songs on the same week and their songs all rank in the top 5 of that said week, they were all competing for #1. Losing doesn't mean you didn't compete. And in the 2000s, Eminem had 2 #1s on the Hot 100 and multiple songs that missed the top spot due to the stiff competition that Nelly is talking about. Smack That peaked at #2, Without Me, #2, Cleaning Out My Closet, #4, The Real Slim Shady, #4, and all this was on when Ludacris, 50 Cent, Wayne, Jay, and others were all releasing bangers. Even if we focus on the Hot Rap Songs chart, Eminem's Just Don't Give a F that debuted in '98 was competing as it peaked at #5. The Eminem hate is unreal, as objectively no one has come close to what Eminem did in the 2000s in hip-hop music, and objectively Eminem in 2002 is the greatest year any rapper has ever had. The Eminem Show is currently the biggest hip-hop album of all time globally. The 8 Mile film opened at #1 at the box office, and the soundtrack has moved over 18 million equivalent albums to date. This is the monster that they were competing with in the 2000s. And now throw in 50, Jay, Wayne, DMX, Nelly, Kanye, even Ja Rule. Come on now. And some have concluded, this is why you can't talk about music for real on here. Laughing emojis. Dude is the #1 selling hip-hop artist of all time, and people are asking how he was competing for #1. Laughing and facepalm emoji. To make matters worse, they don't know the meaning of the word compete, and some are confused. It came out of Nelly's mouth, and you still whining? Get over, please. And moving on to the next point, Eminem and Paul Rosenberg have been extra active promoting the 25th anniversary of the Slim Shady LP that stirred speculations online. Takes like Em and Paul are trolling us so freaking hard. There has to be something coming relatively soon. The PSA videos just feel like they are leading up to something. We don't know for sure, but I don't think it is an accident that the graphic designer of the t-shirt merch chose to do this. Slim Shady 2. That was no accident, and now we've gotten multiple animations to promote the anniversary. And check out this exchange. Is this even merch? I feel like they're just trolling us with the Slim Shady LP 25 post, which got this response. If this is just a merch, it is insane. There are more than 10 publications just for a merch for an album from 25 years ago, skull emoji, and some are asking, album hype building?
You think this shit is fucking cool? Ooh.
That will be all for today. Share your thoughts below. Thanks for watching and see you on the next one.